thankfully, the American Principles Project holds the faith and says all hope is not lost, tweeting, quote, "We are seeing a mass awakening of parents across the country to the left's failed policies. The days of parents giving free rein over their kids' education and upbringing to the government are gone." Joining us now to discuss is Terry Schilling, the president of the American Principles Project. Thank you so much for being here tonight, Terry. I guess it's hard. Thank you. I guess it's hard to find good help these days, right, Terry?
Oh, it's so tough. And, what we're dealing with is this generation of Gen Zers who have been brainwashed in their schools, on TikTok and social media. They've been taught all of this insane stuff, but primarily the biggest lie that they've been taught is that the world revolves around you, that you are your own God. That's at the heart of this whole transgenderism movement, is to tell everyone else that they have to live by the laws and the rules that you have in your own mind, not in reality. It's a rejection of objective truth, and that is really at the heart of all of this.
Absolutely. And it's so terrifying to know that all of these indoctrinated kids are going to grow up to be leaders and managers and, people telling you what to do. How do you think this is going to pan out long term?
Nothing short of a disaster, to be frank. Look, I think part of the reason why this is happening in our schools, they're confusing about sex, they're confusing about gender, they're confusing about so many things. And at the end of the day, they aren't teaching our kids the basics, right? Like, they're not teaching them how to read or how to write well. They're not teaching them how to do basic math. And what that creates for is an easily controlled people. And that's great for tyrants. These kids are not going to be the leaders of tomorrow. They're going to be the followers of the tyrants of tomorrow. That is the real danger here. When you have citizens who don't even know what a man is, or don't know what a family is, or don't know what a woman is, that is a population that you can easily control, because they're done. These people are so well versed in the tenets and the religious teachings of transgenderism, but ask them who the vice president of the United States is. Ask them who the governor of their state is. Ask them who their elected state representative is. They won't be able to give you an answer. And those issues and those questions are incredibly important, because those people are passing laws every single day that determine what you're allowed and what you're not allowed to do in this country. We're creating a generation of followers and eventually tyrannical government.
Absolutely. And you made a great point about, all these videos that are surfacing of kids who don't even know who the vice president of the United States is, but they can name every Kardashian and whatnot. It's just devastating to witness. And it seems like they're the first people to tell us that we're in a cult for simply thinking for ourselves and, resisting mandatory, government jabs. But it seems to me like they're the actual cult members, wouldn't you say?
No, that's exactly right. We are up against a religious cult. And the reason that we frustrate them so much is because they've put so much pressure on us to change our beliefs, right? If you think about how much propaganda is pumped out every single day on the transgenderism issue, you've got the mainstream media, you've got Hollywood, you've got all these politicians, you've got all these laws that have been passed to try and reshape American society. And we're still not changing, right? We still know the truth that men are men and women are women, and you can't change that. And we're not going to go along with this. We're not going to let our kids, and it's very frustrating to them. But they are a religious cult, and they do have religious practices and religious beliefs. There's no other explanation for this.
You are absolutely correct. So, as you said, we will not be taking this. We, the people, will not be having it. What can people do to stand up and fight back against this and resist the impending wokeism that's taking over our country?
Well, the first thing you should do, if you're not married and you're young, get married. Start your family now. Your family is really important to start at an early age. It creates a loyalty and a sense of commitment to the future, where you actually care about the laws that are being passed. So get married, have babies, and start a family. But two, if you already have a family, be there, be present, have these conversations, go on offense with your kids, because if you're not talking to your kids about gender or sex or any of this other stuff that's coming up, you know for sure that these gender activists in schools are going to be doing that. Thirdly, which is most important, is to vote. And to vote the right way. Talk to your family and friends. Make sure that they know what's being debated right now, because these laws, these gender identity laws that they're passing, they're going to have a big impact if we don't stop them, and they're going to be grooming the next generation if we let them get away with it. So start a family, be there, be present when you have your family. And then 3, make sure you bring your family to the polls and you vote for the right pro-family candidates.
Very well said. I love it. Terry, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure speaking with you.
Thanks, Allison.
Thank you.